She'd been sick on and off for a month. We'd taken her to the doctors a couple of times, and they deemed it was just a sore throat or it was just a cold. And it was actually December 27th. We decided to take her to Eagle Ridge, and she was diagnosed in full renal failure, and we were told that an ambulance would be coming and be taking her to Children's. My name is Janine, and my daughter's name is Ava. She's 13, and she has chronic kidney disease. Ava was diagnosed with chronic kidney disease in 2011 when she was 5.5. During that month in December in 2011, she was experiencing having a cold, having a sore throat, having a sore tummy. She threw up. And then when we took her in on the 27th, they did a number of blood tests. They did a urine test, and her urine was the color of a glass of Merlot. And so we were then led to Children's and seen by a number of nephrologists that explained that we would be there for a while. And my first question was, what was a nephrologist? Because I didn't know a nephrologist from anybody else. So she had surgery to put in a dialysis tube within 2 days of arrival. And then they started hemodialysis for 2 weeks. And then we learned how to do peritoneal dialysis at home. And that's a week-long training in itself. And then she was released. I say we because we went through it with her on February 13th. So when we went to Eagle Ridge Hospital, we were taken in fairly right away. She had been very sick over the initial Christmas holidays. And so when we went in, they did the blood test, and the doctor that came in, didn't sugarcoat anything and said she is in full renal failure. And then literally behind her were 2 nurses, and those nurses one took care of us, and the other, meaning her dad and myself, and then the other took care of her and getting her prepared for going in the ambulance and catheter and that sort of thing. From our point of view, her dad kind of emotionally checked out, was very overwhelmed by it, and it was at that time that I realized, okay, I've got to be listening for multiple ears here, and okay, we need to do this and we need to do that, and that's when Mama Bear took over. The unfortunate part of emotion sometimes is that you don't know how everybody's going to react. And so I had to choose, I guess it chose me to be pragmatic, because her father and other family members became very emotional. And so I had to counterbalance that by being extremely pragmatic. And I think the emotion didn't come until much, much later. But the initial diagnosis, I had to be listening and had to be focused. I don't think Ava had a clue. I think she was feeling definitely ill enough. We ended up finding out that the infection to her kidneys, what caused her the renal failure, was strep infection. And normally it would affect children and adults in their throats, and it went to her kidneys. And so at her worst, her kidneys were damaged at 90% each. And so hence they had to figure out what the next steps would be.